Have you ever been out to eat with your friends and you spend the entire evening staring at the top of their heads? Why? Because they're staring at their phones and not paying attention to you. It is rude to consistently be on your phone when you are with a friend. It is uncomfortable, awkward, and it makes the person feel that they're not important. It really bugs me, and I go out to eat with my friends and they're constantly on their phones. Over 1/3 of Americans use their cell phones during dinner. According to the Washington Post, 9 out of 10 people use their phone. 9 out of 10 people feel that their loved ones neglect them and focus on technology. What is so important that you can't put your phone down for an hour? Is the CIA trying to get a hold of you about protecting the president? Probably not. It really bugs me that my friends would choose to spend time with their cell phones over my company when we are hanging out. It makes me feel unimportant and as if they don't value my friendship. In addition, I find it to be very rude when I'm with someone who can't take their eyes off their cell phone. For example, we went out to eat with our friends, and I haven't seen them in a while, and I spent the entire meal watching them be glued to their cell phones. I thought that was really disrespectful and unmannerly. Another time we were bringing home a friend from a school event, and she spent the entire car ride back to her house just texting a friend. And I was trying to talk to her, but she would ignore me. And I found it to be very impolite. I also find it to be awkward when someone can't take their eyes off their cell phone. I want to talk to them, but I don't know if I should interrupt them. It's uncomfortable sitting there knowing what to do. It makes me feel uneasy when we're out to dinner and our server comes to take an order, but we can't place one because my friend is looking at their phone and not paying attention to the menu. I feel the best way to avoid using your cell phone when you are with a friend is to set some rules. For example, we can all commit keeping our phones in our purses or pockets during meals. We can also promise each other ahead of time to turn off our phones during short car rides and in the movies. I believe if we talk about it ahead of time, we can set some phone boundaries and avoid being inconsiderate. Overall, here's my feelings when my friends choose to be entertained by their cell phones over my company. It is rude, awkward, and inconsiderate. Unless you're expecting a phone call from the Pope, I think you can afford to put your phone down and focus on your friends during personal visits and dinners. I know we all think we're pretty important, but over time with others is better spent when we make them feel special and more valuable than a cell phone. In the future, my advice is when you're hanging out with your friends, put down that phone and pick up your friends.